Oh, looks like we're live. I'm going to do some quick testing on audio. If you can hear and see me, give me a thumbs up. There we go. Nate from Grumbine, PA. I was just out in PA this year. Good to see you, Nate. I love your name. um, while you guys are joining, let me know. For those of you that I'm kind of curious, just give me a number. Thanks, Nate. Let me know what your score would be. Would you give your website right now? Real quick, just off the cuff, how would you rate your website? I'm going to give everybody a chance to join to the top of the hour. And I also want to talk about your favorite StoryBrand lessons. If you've completed, let me know kind of a sense of how familiar with StoryBrand you are. If you're, again, you could just use like a 1 through 10 scale. 1 is very new. 10 is you've written a brand script and maybe even you've talked to a StoryBrand guide before. Yay, Emily, so good to see you. I love doing these workshops later in the evening now to give everybody a chance to join whenever works best for you. We are going to help with that. Emily, she's giving her website a 5. I want to get everybody to a 10. Get your websites working, doing the things that they are meant to do. So I love asking like 30 questions at once. So 2 questions, guys. How do you like your website? And what are some of your favorite StoryBrand lessons? Regardless of how experienced, how familiar you are with StoryBrand. If you just watched the review, the kind of summary video by Donald Miller that I sent as part of the registration, I want to talk today about the most important takeaways. All right. So you got more people joining. Interesting. Dogs meet. I wonder. There you are. Okay, it just takes a second. Dogs I meet. Thanks for being here. You're giving your website a 6. Awesome. If anybody who last minute didn't submit their website and you're here live, you want to make sure that I take a look at your website at any time today, you can go ahead and paste your URL here in the comments or in the chat, and I'll do my best to get to as many website reviews as I can today. All right. Got more people showing up. I love it. Get some water. We will get started. Okay, Emily, cool. When I first read this book, I want to say 6 years ago, totally changed my outlook on marketing, how I felt like I could help photographers with their marketing. And I knew right away that there was going to be some way I could bring Sticky as a platform and education and marry it better with the StoryBrand principles. So this has been a many year long dream. I'm so excited to share it with you guys today. Hi, Suzanne. Yes, I love getting people from across the pond, even farther, all the way to Australia. Thanks so much for being here, Suzanne. I can't wait to see what you think about today's workshop. Let's see. Nate says, website 3, StoryBrand 3. I ordered the book and plan to read it on vacation. Oh, man, can I relate to that? We just did a weekend up in northern Wisconsin, like right on Lake Michigan, right in the very tippy top. So gorgeous. We've got a 12 and an 8-year-old, but then our friends have 3 kids all the way down to like a 2-year-old or a 1.5-year-old. It was a great reminder of how things change over time. Some things I've got a whole nother set of challenges with a 12-year-old now. She's starting junior high, middle school next week. Okay, Nate, thanks for being here. Let's go ahead. Melissa says she just started reading the book. I think it is the top of the hour. So I'm going to go ahead and recap and then get started, okay? So for everybody joining us just now, let me start at the top. Give me two numbers. First number is, what score would you give your website? If we're like bringing your website as if it's an employee, and we're bringing it in, giving it a review, but all they get is a number, 1 through 10. How well is your website doing its job? 1 through 5. So you could even type website 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever the number is. Okay. Thanks, guys. And then start thinking about, if you're familiar with StoryBrand, what is your favorite takeaway? What's the most important lesson you've learned from any exposure you've gotten from StoryBrand? All right. Tony is saying a 5. Kathy's saying hi from Ohio, anxious to learn more. Website's a 5. Suzanne's a 6. All right. Megan's a 2. I really want to get you guys to a 10. Getting your website clear on its singular job and having it execute that job better. Emily says, I remember reading something from StoryBrand a couple years ago and was impressed. Looking forward to learning more. Cool. Okay. Stories definitely sell best. All right. Good. But what kind of stories? That's what we're going to learn about today. We're going to recap some key points. Earlier today at 1 o'clock, you guys, somebody got the answer right away I was looking for. Nobody's mentioned it yet, about who is the hero. Who do we need to celebrate on our websites, guys? Do we need to celebrate ourselves? Or do we need to celebrate our clients? Who's the hero, you or the client? Let me get an answer here. All right. So Rick Law talks about, we just actually worked on his website last time, and he says one of the greatest challenges for photographers is to come up with written content for our websites. Too often we write from our own perspective. You are totally right. Tony, you're spot on. Emily, okay, you guys get it. Intuitively, we get this stuff, right? One of the big mistakes Donald Miller talks about is people will come to him when he was first getting started with StoryBrand and say, yeah, great. We know it. We stories sell. We need you to help. Here's millions of dollars or whatever it's going to take. Help us tell our story. He's like, no, can't do it. That's not what your clients want to hear. Clients don't care about your story. They care once they know and trust you, but they don't care early on, right? They care about how you can help them accomplish their goals, tackle their demons, kill their Death Star, whatever it is, right? You guys get it. Okay. So a couple foundational things we're going to talk about today, guys. Don't go running for the hills like I would have years ago. We are going to talk about words and how important words are. So a couple things that kind of crystallized for me today is the words on your website are two things. One, they're the most important part of your website. I hated hearing this years ago, but they're the hardest thing to do. It's the most important and the hardest. So I feel you, and I want to show you guys a path to getting clear words that work on your website without going crazy about it. Okay. All right. My biggest takeaway from over the years of going through and becoming certified as a StoryBrand guide now is when you confuse, you lose, period, right? I love, Kathy says, I really want to create a message that pulls my clients in. Just need to know how to do that. Yes, I'm going to give you the formula. If there's something that StoryBrand and Donald Miller are great at doing, is helping you choose the words you need to use on your website that people understand and can listen to and resonate, and you can bring them in. Okay. So when I start reviewing websites throughout, I'm going to kind of bounce back and forth between training and reviewing content into reviewing your websites and applying it real world to things you can start taking away. And I'm always going to be looking today through this lens of how can this help me? That's what every visitor on your website is thinking. How can this help me? Will it be simple? And they need to know that within a matter of like less than a second. It needs to be instantly clear. How can this help me? Will it be simple? Okay. Because as we all know, this is recap from StoryBrand stuff, is our brains are always filtering our world through how can this help me survive and thrive, and in doing so, how can it conserve calories? I don't want to spend a lot of energy figuring this out are figuring out how to do business with you, right? So our brain is working so hard all of the time on these two problems. And so when we're writing and building out our websites, this is probably my next favorite analogy that Donald created, is every idea on your website is like giving your clients a big, heavy bowling ball. Like close your eyes if you have to. Picture a big, heavy 10, 12 pound bowling ball covered in Vaseline. And you're giving, like, here you go. I'm a wedding photographer and I'm based in this city. Oh, and I also do families and I also do high school seniors. Here's to learn more about our session. We do wall art and we do albums. And here's our process and here's the 10 steps and download this PDF. And we start giving on, within a matter of seconds, we've given a visitor on our website all of these bowling balls, these slippery bowling balls to hold on to. Guess what? We all know this intuitively. What happens when a visitor on your website is trying to hold on to too much? Does that one idea drop out? No. All of the ideas. They don't remember any of it. Just all like wipes out their brain, right? When we confuse too much information in one place or on one spot, you lose. So, key takeaway. If you take away nothing from today's workshop, the quickest way for me to help you and help all of you on this call is the tough love right here. You can actually delete most of your website and it would do its job better. Its main job, we might have to back up a sec and think about what our website's best or most important job. Sometimes we give employees on our team too many jobs and then they're bad at all of them. We need to start taking away some of the jobs from our website so it can do its core job best, which is to turn traffic into a lead or an inquiry. That's it. Not to book. Your website's job is not to take bookings. You should be taking bookings later, once they've gotten a chance to talk to you, you've had a consult, whatever your process is, right? So with that in mind, here's the good news, guys. You can really make a huge impact on how well your website is performing, how well it's making a first impression, how well people are understanding you and being drawn in, is by taking away a lot of the content that's already on your website. And I'll show examples in a minute. Here's one. Jersey Shore, you guys submitted your website for feedback today. This is, thank you so much for being vulnerable. I'm going to do some tough love so that everybody gets value today. I think we can all see this is a good example of too much information. I get that this is an important thing. Part of your business is impacted by the weather. The client doesn't need to know that on your website. They can find it other places. There's this chat bots, there's this badge, and there's this, and there's a menu, and there's a little bar. Way too much. Your message is completely being lost. And people are going, oh, this does not feel simple. Okay. Can we all agree that this doesn't feel simple, right? So, key takeaways, you can delete most of your website. The tricky part is knowing what to keep. And that's where StoryBrand gives us the perfect roadmap to helping us identify the content a lot of you have already written and a lot of your testimonials have written. Many of you, I'm going to show you, you've got these amazing nuggets of copy on your website already it boggles my mind. I'd made the same mistake, but a lot of times the best copy you guys have is like really small and I got to search for it. So I'm going to help you find it and make it front and center. Those really powerful, emotional, problem-focused, client-focused words, okay? Here we go. So today is not, we're not going to go deep into each section of the StoryBrand framework. Just know that it's a framework. It's a way to utilize story as a way to say more to your clients if you only have their attention for a couple seconds, because that's what we have, right? We only have their attention for a couple seconds. So when you know that a human brain can only retain and understand so much, what do we got to do? Number one, we just have to do less. And number two, as a way to make our message sticky, so they remember it, so that they engage with it, so they feel it, we can use story. We use the framework of story the same way we all Donald always uses the analogy of movies, right? We go into a movie, the lights go out, and we don't check out, we don't daydream for 2 hours. We are engrossed and drawn into this story, and we remember all of this amazing amounts of information and data in those 2 hours. So the same way a movie can kind of hijack our brain, your marketing messages can hijack your potential clients' brains in a good way, in a way that feels like, okay, this person gets me. This person can help me. I want to do business with them. So that's the gist. Okay, I'm gonna kind of, instead of teaching you all 7 of these elements today, give me a yes, I have. If any of you have completed a brand script. It comes free when you buy the book. It's a really fun exercise. I've done it several times. But I'm not going to dig into all of those pieces today. We're going to skip ahead. This is a fun kind of evolution of what I've seen happen in the StoryBrand world. Now there's almost 500 consultants or guides that you can hire to help build StoryBrand stuff. Many of them used to make you do the brand script first. But what's pretty cool is more and more of them are jumping right to a website because it's so practical. And that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to jump straight to your website so you can get some real value immediately. For big companies, multi-million-dollar companies, it makes sense to start with a solid brand script with all these nuggets of really good information that they can then use to build other parts, commercials and blog posts and social media, and all these other things can come out of this brand script. You guys, frankly, a really rock solid website or wireframe is perfect for what I want to get you guys. Okay, here we go. So to recap, or to quickly introduce myself, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Nate from Sticky. I was a portrait family high school senior photographer back in 2009. I knew that marketing and word of mouth was vital to the success of my business, but I was afraid to ask for referrals. So I stumbled across and kind of created this interesting introverted idea to make custom mobile apps for each one of my clients to make it easier for them to share. So I didn't have to ask for the referral. The idea and the tech worked so well that I went from being awkward to fully booked and having a new family and a full-time day job. Quit the day job and was able to start Sticky Albums because I knew that photographers on the world needed help. And we've been fortunate to grow now an amazing team, super smart people to build really simple marketing tools here at Sticky. From landing pages to email marketing and now StoryBrand websites. Okay, we're going to talk more about that later. It's been such an honor to be helping photographers of all walks of life all over the world in all genres, all size of businesses, helping them grow their business with marketing that works, that's simple, right? So I'm not going to talk a lot about software today. I'm going to talk about the strategy. So my promise as always in these workshops is to get you guys the most value in the next 45 minutes, okay? So here's my quick agenda. We've got a lot to cover. Many of you guys are coming at this from you've heard different parts of this. Some of you have seen my other workshops. Today is about summarizing the key StoryBrand points so that you can I want to make it really pragmatic and practical so you can quickly apply it to your website today. Get some really quick wins by me showing you how I would apply these to your websites that you submitted today, all right? Something to keep in mind at the end, I'm going to talk to you about tomorrow. We're starting another round of this 2-day StoryBrand website bootcamp. I'll tell you everything that's included. That's at the end. It's our brand new StoryBrand template. It's a website template with a menu and really cool new sections inside of Sticky Folios. The only way to get it right now is inside of the bootcamp. I'm going to talk all about that before we leave today, but I want to focus primarily on giving you guys tons of practical value right now. So here we go. Number 1, clarity matters. Number 2, you need to be the guide. Number 3, you've got to invest your time carefully once you've seen this big picture, okay? Stick around to the end and I'll show you guys how to get access to this free brand script tool. It's a fun exercise. Every time I've done it, it's been great. All right, clarity matters. Number 1, we need to make it clear. Clarity is more important than anything else, than being cute and clever and pretty and whatever. And this is the most important thing that matters. Okay. My other kind of side goals today are to celebrate how hard you guys are working, to relieve some of the pressure. I think as entrepreneurs, a lot of us, it's lonely as an entrepreneur, right? And all of this work is kind of weighs on our shoulders of the stuff we're supposed to just figure it out on our own. Writing and making things clear is really difficult. And it's the most important, but it's also the hardest. One of the quickest ways to make something clear is to just say less, okay? And then we're going to talk about which ways you want your marketing to be unique. Yes, we all want to stand out, but we want to stand out in the right ways, okay? The old ways, I see a lot of photographers trying to tackle this, is focusing way too much energy on making their website pretty. Let me know. Today we're going to be really honest with each other about being vulnerable and what we're doing that's working and what we're doing that's not. So give me that's me. Type in that's me in the comments if you have a second website template or service that you've purchased that's still in draft mode. I think we've all done this, where we think that a new pretty design, a new pretty template is going to be the difference maker. And even launched multiples and switched platforms thinking that it's the design that matters, when in reality, it's the words, okay? So let's show some examples of that. Nate says, thanks for being honest, buddy. Guilty. Yes, I've done it too. So here's a great example. This is a very pretty website. Do we know what it does? Do we know who it's for? Nope, can't tell. Let's look at Megan DePiro, one of my kind of heroes as a photographer, educator in our space. She's doing great things. She hired a StoryBrand guide in Florida last year and had them do the whole thing, right? The copy, the writing, everything. It's just fantastic. You instantly know who this is for and that Megan is simple and easy to work with, right? Look your best every time. You deserve photos that make you feel beautiful and proud. See how clear? You know exactly who this is for and where to start. When you confuse, you lose, guys. We need to keep this super, super simple, right? Okay, less is more. So this old school style that I've also been guilty of is, it used to work when people would come to your website and spend 10 minutes just kind of walking around, checking things out. Those days are gone. Our lives are busier. There's more. We're bombarded with 1,000 messages and marketing and advertising, and we're all on our phones now, and we're spending far less time in any one thing. We're always being interrupted. So that's accelerated our kind of like desperation of like, oh my gosh, which starts and it comes from a place of, I care so much. Thank you so much for being here. I want to help you with all of this stuff. I do all of this different kind of photography. If you don't like this, I can do this. If you don't like this, I can do this. And you should probably know this, and you should probably know all this stuff. It comes from this great place of like, I care about you, right? But we now know that it is often perceived as desperate when we are trying to say too much in too short of amount of space. Here's a mocked up example I made of John Doe, jack of all trades, master of none. What if we simplify and take all of the awards, all of the menu, everything else away, and boom, it's your day. You deserve to enjoy it. You instantly know that this person's an expert in this and that you're in the right place if you're an engaged couple, right? So the more, whether it's more genres or more content, it doesn't matter. The more that's there, it's too easily perceived as desperation. And if we think about all of the best photographers out there, the most successful, right? Sue Bryce, Sal Sankata, Sarah Pett, all these big ones. Think about how short and succinct their website, how few images are in their portfolio, right? That's just this place. They stand in a place of confidence of, this is my work. This is what I do. I would love to work with you. Here's how you take the next step. That is the confidence that you want to portray. So when you guys, the problem with online marketing is when it doesn't work, nobody's there to tell you why. You don't have anything to go on. You have to kind of make it up as you go. For example, if you're face to face with somebody and you're going on and on too much about yourself, then they start to gloss over. You're just saying too much too fast. They check out, or they can stop you and ask a question. You understand it. Like, oh, cool, I got to go slower there. I got to make sure to wait for them to ask for this question. Our website's individual, you don't know, right? And the sad part there is then we're left to our own devices, making up our own story about why people are ghosting, why people are inquiring, looking at our prices, and then disappearing. Why there's you can see the visitors each month on your website, but no phone calls, no emails, no inquiries. What do we make up? Let's be honest with ourselves. What story are you telling yourself when you look at those numbers, you look at that data? And if there's another important takeaway I want you to hear today is people are not ghosting. People are not visiting your website and disappearing because they don't like your work. They wouldn't have gotten referred. They wouldn't have spent the time on your site. They wouldn't have inquired or filled out your contact form if they didn't like your work. They're not ghosting because they don't like you. They're not ghosting because they don't like your work. They're simply ghosting because it's not clear. You're trying to give them too much too fast. Okay? So that's the good news and the bad news all in one. Megan says, me. Kathy says, yes, I'm also a graphic designer. I'm always trying to make it pretty. I have to half done an unpublished template. Thanks for sharing, Kathy. Okay, here's some more design tough love for you. This is hard. And I think it's compounded. It's a harder lesson to hear because there's so much counter information out there. And I get a little upset about it because all of these multi-million-dollar companies are literally spending millions on superstars, on actors and superstars. Like all these people are great, they're fine, but they're making this expectation that it should be easy for you to make a website that makes you money. Like that's just that. Look at how easy it is to make a website that makes you money. That is not easy. It's easy to make something pretty. A lot of these, whether it's Wix or Square, all these, they make really great, gorgeous sites, but the words in them are what actually matter. Donald says people only buy after they read words that make them want to buy. When I was first working on my site, I would go months and go, oh my gosh, there was literally sections on my website where I was afraid I had left words like the sample text, like lorem ipsum, live on my site because my dyslexia and ADD and everything else, I was so focused on making it pretty and different and unique that I was avoiding the writing words because I felt like I couldn't write good words. Here's an example from Rick Law. We just launched his site last week. Look at how simple and clean this is. His logo, simple call to action, his imagery. We are so lucky as photographers to be able to market our photography online, right? Think about how much harder it is for a lawn care professional. They have to hire a professional photographer or a contractor, whatever service it is. They need imagery. Well, we already have the imagery. That's how you stand out. Rick Law's like magazine quality, awesome imagery. This is how Rick stands out, right? He doesn't need a unique website design or template. He's really powerful words. You deserve more than cookie cutter senior portraits, right? This is it. Now we compare this with Black Honey, who somebody submit this website last month for feedback. But it's a great example of something kind of cute and interesting, but totally confusing. I don't know what to do next. I have to burn calories to figure out what to do and where to go. And I don't know who we are. I don't care who you are. I want to know if you can help me, right? And this is just a title information. Oftentimes we make the mistake of writing copy for Google, but then making it not really helpful to humans. We got to make it for humans first, Google second, and Google will figure it out. I didn't even realize that this was like a menu button. So we don't want to use the design as a way to differentiate, right? We want that who cares if all websites look like this in a couple years? I'm kind of gonna ruin the way you see the internet now with over almost 500 guides making StoryBrand style sites now. You're gonna start seeing them everywhere. You're gonna see this simple formula and some of the other things I'm gonna show you because it's so effective and simple. And this is the way people read, right? Our eyes go here, then here, then here, and we scan. That we want to differentiate. We don't, with the words and images, not making them think hard about how to navigate your site or choosing which path they should go on. We just want to give it to them so they can scroll, right? Especially on mobile, you want to let them scroll. One thing I'll show, I'm going to skip that. Okay, I'm going to keep going. We got some more fun stuff to cover. Okay, reviewing, make it clear, less is more. Unique, make yourself unique with these things, not unique designs. How are we doing, guys? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a yes? I get it. This is tough love that I need to hear. How are we doing? I'm going to jump in and give some quick reviews here of how I would apply these concepts. And I think we're all collectively going to start seeing it becomes more and more obvious, kind of like putting on polarized sunglasses now. You're going to see the web through totally different eyes now in a way you can't unsee it. Heather says, yes, this is great. Nate's getting it. I love it. So here, end focus. Thanks for submitting. Because this is all coming from a place of love. And I want you to know that I'm not blaming anybody. I'm any individual. I think if there's anybody to blame, it's these larger voices setting inaccurate expectations that you should be able to have the skills to be a web designer, a developer, and to be a good copywriter from scratch. Like that is really hard to do, okay? So here's a good example of how hard it is to juxtapose two different genres next to each other. Let's see, and then having the menu's down here, and you got to kind of choose which place to go. Here is KO photography. Again, there's a slider that's going through here and making it a little bit harder to know what's going on. You scroll down here, and below the fold, this work is Kelly. This is great. I love what you've got here. It's a really good start. But I think I want to help you make it better. I'm going to help you identify some words that you've got buried here that I think could be really helpful. Okay. So let me back up. So this is when you first get to the site, we all need to know who's this for? Can it help them within less than a second? And is it simple? So having this menu up top, any type of menu, Donald Miller is urging us to put that at the bottom of the page. It's not important. Don't make them think about their path. Just send them on a singular, clear journey, like telling a story with 7 key important steps. Don't make them choose. If they have to choose, that burns calories, okay? Do I want to click on information or galleries or blog or contact? I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know if you can help me. So I scroll down, and here, again, we are writing for Google. I know these are important to have on your site, but it doesn't have to be the headline. That doesn't have to be the very first big, bold headline that I see. You've got some good information here. You said we capture. So I'm Kelly. Again, you're making yourself the hero. We want to make yourself the guide. You want to celebrate your customers, not you. You can save this for much later, in the very, very, very last thing you say, instead of this being the first thing you say, okay? You say, we capture these priceless moments so you can relive them 5, 10, even 25 years from now. We do that by creating stunning, and then again, listing all of these things. This is not how you normally talk in person. You do mention artwork. Here's something I mocked up real fast. What if this was the first thing somebody saw when they came to your site? I love that you are showcasing artwork on the wall. That's huge. The main simple, clear call to action is not book a session, it's schedule a consult. That's safer, easier to do. But I took that same sentence, capture your most precious moments so you can relive them for years to come. family portraits and heirloom artwork for fun families in and around the San Francisco Bay Area. Can you guys give me a yes? I can see the difference. I can feel the difference between coming to something like this, hunting around, scrolling down, reading some, and then boom, one. This is all I'm showing you guys right now is the hero. Because frankly, the hero, this is above the fold. It's 90% of the work, right? It's the very first impression. You're convincing people that it's worth even scrolling down your page, right? I think that's the way I can actually help the most today. Okay, I love it. You guys, this is resonating. Let's see. Yes, this is working. Tony says, love it. Emily says, yes. Okay, you guys are rocking. Let's keep going faster, okay? I've got more to share. Be the guide, okay? The new way is focusing on how you are the hero. I got it wrong. I got too excited. How the client is the hero, not the old way is talking about yourself, okay? It's a mistake we've all made. The new way is you want to make sure you are showing off your clients, not showing off you and your awards. You want to show how simple it is to do business with you, so people feel like I don't have to burn unnecessary mental energy or calories to figure this out. And that when I do finally reach out to you, that you're going to be cool. It's going to be worth my time engaging with you, that you're going to understand me, okay? Versus putting every single part of your process all on the website. That's too much too soon, all right? You guys have probably heard me say this before. Our online web marketing needs to be just like how we would act in person, okay? If you were at a marketing event or networking event, or somebody asked you at the grocery store, hey, what do you do? I know that none of you would say, hey, oh, thanks for asking. Welcome to my site. I am St. Paul, Minnesota's top award-winning portrait photographer. I specialize in weddings, families, high school, seniors, headshots, newborns, and pets. And I've got over 15 years of experience. Would you like to book a session? No, none of us talk like that in person. Don't talk like that on your websites. Okay? I love you. Just don't do it. I see this time and time again, putting these big awards on the top of our websites everywhere so people can see. Guys, our clients, strangers on your website who are just thinking for the first time of hiring a professional photographer, they have no idea what these mean. They mean stuff to me and you. Great. Congratulations. I know how hard you work. You deserve every bit of respect and credibility you've earned. But this is not going to communicate that. What's going to communicate it is showing visitors immediately that you understand their problems. You understand what they want, not words written for Google, words written for them that show them instantly how well you understand them. So Christopher, thank you for submitting yours. Gorgeous site. Your work's awesome. The design's pretty, but this is a common mistake I see over and over and over again. This is the very first impression you're making is it's about you. Hello, we're partners in wedding photography, marriage, parenthood, do-it-yourself projects galore. See how I've got to burn unnecessary calories to figure out if I'm in the right place or if you can help me. Do you help me with DIY projects or do you help with family portraits or wedding? I don't know yet, right? And I need to know in less than a second. That's my tough love. I know this is hard, but that's the difference, okay? You want to, when people scroll down, you want to have what's called a simple plan. You want to showcase how easy it is. I don't have to burn calories to figure out what step I need to do next. When we hire any kind of service provider, there's hundreds of steps. Hiring a realtor, a plumber, whatever it is, there's a lot of steps, but you can't put them all on the website. You want to introduce it 1, 2, 3, simple, okay? Book it, rock it, order it. Based on your genre, based on your niche, we can help you guys use words here to simplify your process, to show them that you care about keeping things simple, okay? Be the guide, show them the journey, right? You want to show them what it's going to be like when they reach out to you and that you're going to take care of them and that you care, all that stuff. Okay, that's a lot to take in. It's a lot to process. Now let's talk about what next. How can you start taking action and using these principles to fix your website and your marketing? The old way was to shove everything into your website. The new way is to build a funnel. Let me know if you guys know what a funnel is. That word starting to resonate. You hear enough people talking about a funnel. It's a goofy word, but it's just what everybody uses now. The old way is to getting distracted with 1,000 different things and starting hundreds and finishing none. We've got to pick the ones that matter most and get those done and then move on to the next. The old way is going it alone and feeling like we're failures because we can't figure it all out by ourselves. The new way is delegating and then following templates and proven processes from people like Donald Miller who've proven that this works. It takes out all the guesswork. Follow these principles and you will have success, okay? And then hire somebody to help you do it. Okay. So let's see. One of the things we want to think about is the journey that your clients are on, right? They go from a total stranger to then in this mountains of getting found, right? Whether it's partnerships or sticky albums or word of mouth referral, all of this work here just to get people to know that you exist and visit your website. That's a ton of work, okay? That's a lot of work. But then the job of your website, remember the one job once you get the visitor is not to get the booking. That's too much work. The job of your website is just to get the lead, just to get the inquiry, get them reading and engaging with you, subscribe to your emails, taking a look at your pricing information, and then doing a free consult, a free phone call or in-person session or a free engagement session, then asking for the booking, right? And then once you do that, do everything else. Okay. So a couple things to think about. Too many of us spend way too much time. Give me another honest I do. If you spend too much time tinkering with your website when it is just one step of the puzzle, okay? We know that an hour spent on your website is an hour you're not spending with your family. It's an hour not spending building relationships with other business owners in your community, volunteering, doing fundraisers, doing other marketing that's super valuable, or building out your funnel or other things, right? Stop tinkering with the website. Let's get it good enough and then be done with it, okay? That's one of the things I want you to take away from today. Okay, building a funnel. So the other part here is it's hard, right? You guys have some of you have spent years building your website, adding content, adding pages, adding sections, adding downloads, all of this stuff this wisdom you've accumulated over years and years and years, but you're expecting somebody to understand it in a matter of seconds, and they just can't, right? So it's impossible. So here's that's the bad news, but the good news is many of you guys have all of the really good words and content and resources created. We just need to blow up our website, pare it down to the most essential tiny little bowling ball ideas, because we know now that they're heavy and slippery and hard for people to hear when they're in a matter of seconds. And you can spread that information out into what's called a funnel, okay? So what do I mean by that? So on your website, here's an example. I scrolled down back to KO Photography. Kelly, this is great. You've got this awesome link people can click to take a look at session information. And then they go to here. So I think you guys are going to already anticipate some of my feedback. So this is good information, but it shouldn't be on your website. This is so the first thing is big paragraphs like this of copy. Subconsciously, we're all seeing that right now and going, that's going to take my brain some calories to read that. And I don't know that it's worth it yet. Okay. They haven't shown me that they understand me and my problems well enough for me to spend the calories to read this. Another way to do it is to have on your site a simple process of 1, 2, 3. Next step is to schedule your consult. And then you can scroll down. I'm going to show you Rick Law's full page later. This is a really powerful section to have at the end where you say, what next? The next questions are how much it will cost. I get it. Trust me, you not only want to select the right photographer, but you want images both you and your team want to display. This is actually, I've revised some of this already. This is an old version of his copy. The better call to action I'm getting to here is to see my pricing and learn more about how I can help. You not only capture this moment in time, but preserve the memories for the future. Click the link below. That is where you can use the session information or the pricing information as a way to collect an email address and then nurture them and put all of the information that you have here right on the website. This belongs spread out in your marketing funnel, okay? So the reason why I explain this important concept is I know that many of us have, it's like a letting go of our comfort blanket, right? It's like, no, I put so much love and time and I respect it and I know how hard you've all worked on your sites. And deleting half of it would just be so hard. So the good news is you don't have to delete it forever. Some of it just means turning some of the pages off, taking them out of your menu so that you can send them to people once you've gotten a lead or once you've gotten the consult, you can send them back to that hidden page. You can send them back to an email sequence of tips and tricks or a PDF download or a what to wear guide. All of these things can be spread out over time once they've raised their hand and subscribed to your newsletter or subscribed to your nurturing email sequence, okay? So it doesn't have to go away forever. We just have to save it for instead of putting it all on the first date, trying to ask for the marriage and tell them everything about you all on the first date, we've got to slow down and trust that they're going to come back, that they're going to see the value and the simplicity of what you do. And then over time, they're going to continue to learn more about what you do when you spread it out. There's no accident that Donald, their second book is Marketing Made Simple. It covers this exact concept. The first foundational piece is your website, clear, simple, straight to the point, has one job. Then, once you get the email address, once you get the inquiry, then you're building out a lead generator, a nurturing campaign, and a sales campaign. That's what this book shows you how to do. A lot of times we make the mistake. It comes from that place of like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad they're here. While you're here, I want to help you with so much information, but I'm going to give you all this stuff. It's not the end of the conversation, right? Getting a visitor on your website, it's just the beginning. That's hey, nice to meet you. Here's how I can help you. All right. So you guys already kind of shared this. You hide in tinkering, right? We want to stop hiding in the places of tinkering with our websites and other parts of our marketing that aren't going to give you the ROI that it needs to. Okay, more reviews. I'm going to get to those in a second, but I want to, for those of you who want to respect your time, I want to show you a little bit about the boot camp that's starting tomorrow. So if you guys are excited to learn more about how to apply the StoryBrand concepts to your website and to your marketing, give me another I do. And yes, I'm excited. I want to learn more. Megan is excited. Let's do this. Okay, so here is why I launched the bootcamp. The current landscape is you can do what Megan DePiro did, is go hire, you go to clarifyyourmessage.com and you can hire a designer, a copywriter, an agency, or even email marketers that are experts in using the StoryBrand framework to build marketing for people, for all companies of all shapes and sizes. Or you can do it yourself. And we've already talked about the trade-offs there, okay? And if you are a business owner that's making profit, it's got capital to invest, you're earning over $100,000 to $200,000 a year. I think Megan has crossed the $500,000 mark in just her portrait sales. I think she's one of a kind. There's not many people at that level, but there's plenty of you guys out there that are at the $100,000 to $200,000 milestone. It makes sense for a business of that size to hire a guide for about 10 grand, right? That costs about 10 grand to get a brand script and a website all created for you. But I know that there's too many photographers out there where it doesn't make sense for you to invest that much money hiring somebody one-on-one. So Kathy's ready. She says, yes, I want to learn more. The StoryBrand website bootcamp. Okay, this is a better option that is geared towards more photographers who are at that kind of middle ground, who don't have enough capital yet to hire somebody and hire a dedicated agency to do everything for them, right? So I'm going to give you this week step-by-step training, templates that you can fill in kind of like color by number or Mad Lib style with copywriting formulas. So you're not staring at a blank screen. You're just writing one important section of your website at a time with me and my team's help, okay? In the private group, you're going to get feedback from me and my team and your peers and accountability from all of us. Then, once you get your wireframe, the words of your site done and ready, and the content handed up to us, my team will build it for you. Okay, I'm taking away all of the things that have gotten in photographers' way, whether it's figuring out what to write, how to write it, where to put it, then building it and making time to make it look right and polished. And I'm doing all of that for you. Then once it's built for you, you sign up for your one-on-one live with one of my experts on the team to review your account, to take a look at what we've built, to see how to make changes, how to edit it, how to duplicate it, and make more pages for different niches if you want to, and get all of that done. And then you have a second one-on-one tech call with one of the industry's premier tech experts, Shannon. She's on the call today. Thank you, Shannon. She's going to help you transfer your domain. If you've got a blog you got to worry about, or you've got a hosting somewhere and your domain somewhere else, we're going to help sort all of that stuff out live. There's no reason to do a training on that, right? If I have to transfer a domain, I call Shannon. Say, hey, Shannon, walk me through this. So we're giving you that same resource, all right? It's just like writing a Mad Lib. There's no guesswork. You just follow this system, okay? It was 3-day. We've shortened it to 2-day. Remember the good old days of online training programs where you'd show up live and get some good stuff. For $99, you'd get like 40 hours of whole weekend worth of training. That was fun, right? Until we realized, oh, wait, I bought all this training. Here's another I do moment, right? I bought all this training that I wanted to watch, but it's just sitting there. And I haven't even got, not let alone implementing the training, but I haven't even watched it all, okay? I think we all owe it to ourselves to start turning out the information overload. And instead of seeing online training programs as the longer, the bigger it is, the longer information there is, the more valuable it is. Instead, the less training there is delivering the singular, clear, proven result, that's actually really valuable. Instead of it being 3 days, it's only 2 days. And we're going to go through step by step. I'm going to show you the only 10 sections that you need on your website. I'm going to show you bad examples, what it looks like when it doesn't work. I'm going to show you good examples of a bunch we've helped people create. And then I'm going to give you a worksheet and formulas so that you're not ever looking at a blank screen, okay? Then once you get feedback from your peers, you're going to upload your content, and then my team's going to build it all for you. And then we're going to help review it all, teach you how to use it, and help you transfer your domain. This is so much information, so much value, because I've looked at and studied what has gotten in photographers' way over the last several years. There's been a reason why we've waited to do websites, because I've seen how hard it is. I didn't want to be another service offering websites that left photographers in the same place they were and just took their time and their money, and they still end up with a website that's not working because it doesn't have the words that matter, okay? So DG says yes. Wow. Kathy says yep. Okay, so what you get: 2-day training, private Facebook group, website examples, copy formula. We build it for you. One-on-one strategy call, domain call, unlimited sticky folios for your landing pages and extra funnel building steps. If you want to do what to wear guides and location guides, all of that stuff is in folios, the classic sticky albums. And then if you decide, it's optional, if you decide to host with Sticky, that's included too. For your new website can be hosted with us. I include a full year, and there's a bonus workshop I'll say in a second. All of this stuff could easily be worth over $3,000. To go hire a dedicated certified guide or website designer, copywriter, everything could easily be worth that money. I'm not going to charge you that much, but even if your business right now, if I gave you a website that was consistently filling your calendar with clients that respected you, that respected and saw the value in what you did, wouldn't it be worth $3,000? That's what I want to ask you today. It's not going to be $3,000. It's not even going to be $1,000. The retail price is $1,000, but we're launching tomorrow, doing a quick action takers kind of reward. People who take quick action are the ones that get results in this boot camp. So you can save $400 and get it right now for $599. Okay. So go to stickybfy.com. I've got much more to cover today, but I wanted to show you guys this so you can see everything that's included. I just posted it in the chat. If you're on a different device, you can just type it in wherever you are and go to stickybfy.com. Sticky built for you, right? To learn more about everything that's included in this awesome package. Okay, please keep the questions coming. If you're curious about this, I'll make sure I answer every single question, okay? When you click through it, you'll see I'm going to lay out everything that's in there, and you can have a payment plan. You can spread it out. If the $599 today is a little much, it shows you everything you need to know there. So Meredith, she completed the first round of the boot camp last month and said, I went from feeling completely overwhelmed about how to communicate through my website to a more streamlined process with a clear message. It was a no-brainer. That's what I want today's boot camp to be for you guys, is a no-brainer. To help me create my new and improved and more effective website, their continued tough love enabled me to hone in and really focus on what message I wanted to communicate to my potential clients. Nate, Shannon, and the gang at Sticky took the hours and months-long delays it would have taken me to DIY my website and pricing, and completed a sleek, stylish website in about 1 week's time. She got it done that fast because she finished her worksheet that fast. You can kind of go at your own pace. We're promised there's some cool surprises and bonuses if you can get everything done within 2 weeks, and then you'll get your site live within 30 days. That alone is, I think, faster than most people get their sites done. She goes on to say that the way Nate teaches works really well for me. He's organized, succinct, and personable, and has great visuals. Thank you so much, Meredith. That testimonial is like my favorite. This is so good. Okay. Keep the questions coming. I'm going to do some more website reviews. Nate asked if you're already a Sticky member. Yes, you got it, buddy. You know how this works. I'm going to stack it right on top. Really good question. Let me jump to... I've got some of those frequently asked questions right here. Okay. So if you already have Sticky, yes, it's $599 today for all of the value I just talked about, all of those services. And then I add 1 year to your current membership. And then this gives you access to the new template. So you can get unlimited pages. If you want different domains, different subdomains, different hidden pages, you can do all of that. Okay, Tony says, am I understanding correctly? You can host with Sticky or another host. Absolutely. Let me show you that. So some people say, I have multiple niches. What I would recommend is you've got to start with one. Okay, we're going to, first thing on tomorrow's training is I'm going to show you how to choose your first niche that we're going to focus on. And we can possibly build, have that be your first one, be the umbrella site that really hones in on your core customer and what it is you want to offer. And then later you can copy what we create. And then it's really fast then to go in and build out separate sub pages for each one of your specialties. Again, whether those are dedicated, totally unique domains, or if they're just subdomains. What if I can't attend live? People say, okay, don't worry. Everything's recorded and it's less than 3 hours of total training that you need to complete. So if you think you have time in the next 2 weeks to carve out 2.5 hours to watch my training, spend another 30 minutes to an hour completing the worksheets and submitting them to me and my team so we can build the rest for you, this is for you, okay? Use the group for accountability, and there's less than 3 hours to finish, okay? Some people say, wait, Nate, can't you... Yes, awesome. You get it. What if I can't start tomorrow? It's all good. No worries. All right. Kathy, I'd love to see you in the group. I cannot wait. I think you would do fantastic. So can't you just write it all for me? Not really. The traditional StoryBrand guide model is if you do want somebody to write all of your content for you, it costs a lot more time, but I would have to spend the entire day, at least a half day with you. I'd have to interview some of your customers to really get to know your style and your personality, all of those things to really flush out what I would need to know to write all of this for you. Instead, if you can give me 2.5 hours of your attention and a little bit of time filling out the worksheets, then you're done. You're there. And it's way more affordable for you. And in my opinion, it's more rewarding that you've got that done. Okay, somebody says, how does this work with... I'm going to save that one. Let's see. That's the answer. Okay. Somebody asked this question. There we go. Can I use this on any host? Okay. So Tony, back to your question. Sorry. Okay. Can I use this on a blank host? Yes. So what this means is your host, your website host could be Sticky. It could be Squarespace or Showit or any other website or your own kind of WordPress account. That's all fine. Your domain registrar, who owns your domain, that's usually like Hover or GoDaddy or One-on-One or something like that. You can just have that point to whichever host you want to point it to, okay? So what's included here is a website on Sticky for a year. If you want to make it live there and you want to point your domain at Sticky and let us do the hosting for a year, you can, because it's done for you. But if you don't want to, what you're going to get is this one-page website that could easily be used as a wireframe. And this is another common deliverable that you can get from a StoryBrand guide. If you don't want them to build the site for you, a lot of times they'll create like a PDF wireframe. You can treat what my team and I build for you as your wireframe that then you use to polish and build out and apply the words, the section, the design, the order of the words and the sections on your website. You can easily transfer that over to whatever website host or tool you want to use, okay? Either way, you're going to get, it's not, I get it. It's not the design like we talked about. It's not the design. It's not the style. It's the words in the right order. And that's what you're going to get from us, okay? And if for simplicity's sake, if you want to host with us after this first year, you get included is the whole year of hosting. So after 12 months, you've got a choice to make. You can continue hosting with us and it's $299 a year. And then you also get access to albums and folios. If you don't, we can just cut ties and you've got your roadmap, your wireframe with all of the copy is what matters, right? The words on your site. We've been through this, guys. That's what matters the most. That's what's worth thousands of dollars, frankly. You can take that with you anywhere you go. We are doing the hosting and the building for you just as one more thing to get out of your way, to increase the odds of you getting this done. Oh, I love it. Nate says, I'm in. I can't wait to work with you again. I'm so excited to have you, bud. That's fantastic. Okay, so keep the questions coming. I've got some other things I wanted to show you. I hope I'm answering the big ones. Let's go through, do a couple more website reviews. How about, all right? Okay, so let's see. Back to Linda. She says, my website's come a long way in 3 years. I've had it, tweaking it. I've had someone else do it, but it's not giving me any business. Get people saying, I saw your website and the photos are great. Well, that's nice. They appreciate my work, but it's not putting dollars in my pocket, which would help me pay for my website person and my social media person, all the education, not to mention all the other equipment costs. Help. Who can relate to Linda? This is the site that she's had somebody build for her, and it makes a lot of the common mistakes we've seen earlier, where you've got this menu up top that they've got to figure out where to go and what to do. A lot of the words down here that don't instantly tell me how Linda can help me. Then buried down here in small font, I found a cool sentence. And then I mocked this up for you, Linda. And I took one of your images, one static still image. Logo, simple call to action, scroll down, capture the spirit that brings you joy every day. Portraits and wall art for dog lovers in Southern California who want to celebrate your one-of-a-kind special bond. Guys, can you feel the difference? If you are a dog owner, you know somebody that is, what's the emotional, intellectual reaction to landing on something like this versus landing on something like this? This is just the top of the page. This is within like split-second gut reaction. This convinces you that it's worth spending more time to learn how Linda can help you, right? Can this help me? Will it be simple? Okay. Here's another example back to Black Honey. I did this mock-up too. I found this awesome testimonial in the workshop. I'm going to show you guys how to come through and kind of trim up some of your testimonials and find the most impactful words. Let's see. She's absolutely able to catch each one of my kids' personalities, even with meltdowns from my youngest. I love that. Sabrina, your work is amazing. Again, I mocked this up for you. Simple, clear, consistent logos there. And a nice call to action here. You deserve family portraits that are good enough to hang on the wall, even if someone wants to have a meltdown that day. I'm getting a little cute here, but I'm clear first, okay? You can be cute and clever if you want to be, but you've got to be clear first. Get family portraits that you'll love, even if someone wants to have a meltdown that day. That's what versus here, right? Those words were buried in her testimonials. And I'm going to help you find those nuggets that you've already written on your page, that your clients have already said about you, and find those nuggets that you can make big and celebrate on your website. Okay, let me continue or wrap up. I got a couple kind of rapid fire examples to show you here. And I'm going to juxtapose them next to some example sites we've built already for past clients in the first boot camp. So here on the right is another website for Angela Singleton. I don't have to tell you who this is for, do I? You know instantly. Capture every detail of your newborn. Newborn photography for discerning moms in and around the Baltimore, Maryland area. Let's chat. Okay, let's scroll down. Oh, easygoing, complete family, heirloom prints. Okay, they grow up quickly. Too many moms are too exhausted to get portraits taken. They miss those fleeting moments. Your children won't see the pounds. They only see you. Uncertain if you should be in the photo. Worried you won't find an experienced newborn photographer to trust with your newborn. Unclear how to display your photos. These are all problems that your potential clients have. And when you can articulate their problems and the things that they want, this clearly, they will listen to you. They will understand and they will want to work with you. Okay, so that's one example. I'll show more of that template in a minute. Now let's jump over to Elise. Again, great work. I love that you're showing frames and the things you want to sell. But the first big words are fine art portrait photography. I don't know if that's something, I don't know if this is for me yet or if I want that. I scroll down. Art for your walls featuring the ones you love most of all. this one got me earlier today. I dug through this. So I love, Elise, that you are doing these She Is Loved project for tweens and celebrating. So an art and soul evolve. I dig deeply to help understand what makes you and your loved one shine from the inside out. Our She Is Loved project includes getting to know a teen and helping her remember who she is when she steps away from social media's approval for a little while. Who is she on the inside? By creating a tangible piece of art that features some words about who she is and some portraits that convey her radiance, we create a touchstone for her to carry. Okay. I know many of you guys have seen this before, but I'm going to, on the fly, here's what I thought of earlier today, is what if this image right here was the hero? The second you came to the site, you could shrink this, this logo to the side, and then right across this image, what does the website visitor want most? What do they care about, right? It could be show her she is loved. Boom. That is what a parent wants. They want to show their kid how much they are loved. Oh, whoa. Hear the difference? They don't have to read this many words to understand that you understand them and you understand what they want. Okay. Pixalong. We're getting closer. Again, I like you're showing the artwork you want to sell. Great. You got to show what you want to sell. Specializing in sports and senior photography. We don't need to say specializing in. We want to talk about what we know seniors and parents of seniors want. Let's take a look at Rick Laws. Juxtapose these two. Celebrate your high school senior's unique personality versus I'm not quite sure yet, right? I'm not sure that you can help me, and I'm not sure if this is going to be easy. I can tell that you've probably done some StoryBrand stuff. This is a common, you're like almost there, right? There's so much I want to tell people. 5 easy steps. 5 isn't easy. 5 is not as easy as this. Look at here. We'll scroll down to Rick's section we made for him. Here's how it works. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. I know you want to say more, and I know there's more steps. Of course, Rick has the same amount of steps, but he's communicating it now in a clear, simple way. And the next step is very simple. You've got, do I message? Do I call? What do I do here? And I'm having to burn calories to understand. We want to be careful using creative cursive fonts that are hard to read, especially at smaller devices. We want to keep it super simple. I love the testimonials. I think these are great. So you've got some really good, the bones, the content of a great website is here. And that's what I want to help you guys do is I find these little nuggets and then plug them into a simpler, cleaner, with a more polished website, right? This is how we wrap up the end of Rick's here, the nice little bio at the end. But the important thing is the call to action to turn traffic into a lead, right? So if they're not ready to schedule a consult, then you wrap up with, okay, if you're not ready to schedule a consult, here's my my pricing information. Here's my free tips. Click here and I can send you along my pricing and free tips. Super, super powerful. Okay. Easily Bust. We're starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. All right. I can't wait to see you, bud. Who else has questions? I'm wrapping up here. I'm going a little bit longer than I wanted, but I hope that these examples are helpful and you guys are able to take some of these ideas. One of the last quick things I want to share, we got to stop doing these auto-rotating carousels, guys. It's old school. I want to be able to navigate and scroll and think about it this way. How annoying is it when somebody's like showing you something on their phone and they won't let you touch, like they won't just let you look at it, right? No, I know I can't read as fast as you're reading. I read at a different speed. The worst times is when people put testimonials and I'm reading half of this awesome testimonial and then the carousel swipes away. Nobody's going to read another testimonial after attempting one. They're just not. They're like, well, I'm not even going to try if you're going to just move it away like that. Okay. Again, this comes from a place of, oh, while you're here, I want you to see this, right? You don't have to do that. Just trust that they're going to explore your site at their own pace. And then they don't need to be guided. They don't need to choose which path to take. Here, there's all of these different menus. I'm not sure which one I should do, and it's really small. And I'm trying to scroll up and down, and I can't scroll. So this immediately feels like I don't know if you can help me, because there's all of this huge, wide-ranging images. They're all pretty images, but I just don't know which one, if you can help me, if I'm in the right spot. So I hope that helps. Let's see. Okay, here, Windau Photography, New York City. Again, your imagery is stunning, but this is another example of I can relate. You have very few words. So it's clean and simple, but it's not clear what to do next. So if I click through into weddings, cool, good picture, and I scroll to the bottom, all of a sudden this great polished, clean first impression you're making, then this just feels broken in a way. Like this link here, a broken image, an award that I don't care about. I don't know. Remember, I'm putting myself in your customer's shoes, right? I think what you're doing is amazing, but this is the tough love that I think we all need to hear. It's more than just showing them a good portfolio. It's breaking it out into telling a story, right? Showing them that you understand what they want. There's 3 quick things that you can give them that they're going to get by working with you. You understand their problems. You show them that you've delivered and solved other people's problems. Show them your great gallery. They want to dig deeper into your portfolio. They can, but it's a limited, short portfolio. Go, here's how it works. This is our process. It's simple. 1, 2, 3. And then you wrap up with a recap of the problem, how you solve it, and what the next step is. And as a bonus, you can offer a lead generator or an email nurturing sequence. Okay? I hope you guys are seeing the difference between these different examples I'm showing and how much easier it's going to be for you to connect with your clients this way. Let's see. Tony signed up. Can't wait to start. I love it. Tony, do me a favor quick before you leave. Let's see. Where did I go? Got too excited there. Tell me why you signed up. For those of you, I know Easily Blessed, you're on the call too. I want to know why you registered today. If you're here today, tell me why you registered and tell me why you signed up for the bootcamp this week. What is it that really stuck out? What is it that motivated you to take this next step? I want to hear from you guys. What's really motivating you to take this leap and finally solve this in your business? And I'll wrap up with any last minute questions you guys have. I've got one last thing to teach, and then we can boogie, and get ready for the workshop tomorrow. So keep those comments and questions coming. Let me know, Tony, if you're still here. Anybody else? Let me celebrate anybody else who's joining us tomorrow. Rebecca, Nathan, looks like Tony, that's you, Gennaro, D. Lee. I'm so excited. You guys, there's a bunch coming in. We're going to have an awesome group this week. Okay. Let's talk about, Laura said, wow, being a photographer and running your own business is hard. Susan says, I need to redo my websites. Susan, are you signed up? I'm excited to see you. Tony says, Sticky's been a great product for years. Your support is a bonus. Oh, you rock. Dude, thank you so much, bud. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. Wow, being a photographer is hard. There never seems to be enough time in the day. Having tools that make this easier is not only amazing, but necessary in these fast-paced times. The entire bootcamp experience has been wonderful. My questions were answered quickly. The course made it easy to understand and build out. I really liked having the private group so that we could all help each other with each step. I love that. Having another set of professional eyes on my copy and images was so valuable. They put all the pieces together into a single website that I know will help me nurture and book clients. Yes. Thanks, Laura. So excited to work on another niche. With Access, I think she's already built out a second niche. Thanks, Sticky and the team. Okay. Any questions that I didn't cover today, you guys know how to reach us at support@stickyalbums.com. Let's see, I'm getting hot here. They turned off the AC. That's one thing I didn't plan for. Turn on my fan. In my office, after hours, they turned the... Oh, that still worked. I thought I just broke everything. Still live. Okay. Emily, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow. Rock on. How do we sign up? Kathy, go to stickybfy.com. Shannon will post the link in the chat, or you can just type it, stickybfy.com. Let me show it here. And it'll show you all of the payment options, everything that's included. Okay, I didn't even show the cool bonus. Let me talk about that. Oh gosh, I got too into showing examples. Okay, here we go. Rick says, we struggle with articulating how we help our ideal clients or how we solve problems. As photographers, we're great at creating images, but fail at coming up with good copy that emotionally connects with our audience. Nate's Bootcamp not only does a great job of focusing on to think like our clients, he also has a simple formula that guides you into writing your own copy and easily pouring that content into a new website. Yes, it's a single page. So here's an example of a formula. Guys, who's done Mad Lib or Paint by Number, whatever it is, your hero headline's the most important sentence on your page. You want that to clearly and succinctly state what it is your target customer wants. Then the subheading can just simply say you're the niche, who it's for, a fun adjective about who they are, and the city you want to target. It's your day, enjoy it. Wedding photography for awesome couples in and around the Twin Cities. That's how simple the bootcamp's going to be, okay? I'm going to give you more formulas like that, where you just plug and play your unique words that are going to resonate with your unique customer, okay? What they want, just like that. Okay, couple bonuses. When you get everything submit within 14 days of the training being done, you will be entered in for a chance for me to review your finished site or your draft site, where I will take it one more step. I'll share your finished copy, your finished design, and I'll give you a little bit more polish in wordsmithing, and I'll show you a couple different ways to say what it is you want to say, okay? And everybody gets to participate and watch me do this final kind of wordsmithing refresh for everybody. Who I will go through as many as I can, and I'll make a bunch of noise about when that deadline is and how to make sure your site is submit for a chance for me to review, but we're all going to get to see it, okay? That's the first accountability bonus. The second one is if you get your site live within 30 days of the training being done, you can attend my traffic workshop for free. The Double Your Traffic workshop is worth easily over $500. I'm going to show you the best creative ways to use sticky albums to get more traffic and referrals, how to do social media that doesn't make you crazy, how to do simple step-by-step SEO without weird illegal tricks or without even having to blog. I'm going to show you my favorite 101 partnership marketing tricks to get your foot in the door and make your existing partnerships stronger, and a bunch more. Guess why I don't sell this course separately, or why we're not going to start with this? Remember, guys, these are all the traffic. I say when you throw a party, what do you do before everybody shows up? You clean your house. My favorite reason to have a party is an excuse to clean the house. We don't want to go through all of this energy and money on advertising and partnerships and everything to send people to our messy house or our messy, unclear, complicated website. There's a reason why this is what you should be doing first. Let's fix your website first. Then, if you want, we can also help. I'll talk later about the funnel. We can help you with your funnel pieces, or if we want to use sticky email, that you can build all of that out too. And then, once all of that's done, then that's when it's the right time to focus on traffic. Okay? So guys, I'm giving you everything you need to turn around your online marketing in the order that it should be done. Okay? So, ultimately, it's your own words. You end up with a web page. So instead of somebody writing all this for you, I'm giving you the formula to do it all yourself. I love it. Yes. You get to use a couple different options. Kathy, if you're still here, let me show you. This is a cool bonus. Thanks for still participating. I got to switch over to my desktop share. So check this out. Many of you guys are familiar with the Sticky Folios builder. Let me close that. Okay. In design options, we've got these basic options, and you can easily with one click invert it. Let me show you what that looks like when it's done. So here's Rick's we made for him. This is my favorite, super clean. You can customize the color. You can make the color and the buttons anything you want. You can customize the fonts, all that stuff, right? With one click, you can switch it over to our dark theme like this. That has a little bit unique. So yes, we can help you make something that stands out and is one of a kind, but no, I'm not going to let you get stuck tinkering, okay? Because it's the words in this framework, it's the words and in the way, in the order that they come in the one simple, clean page that really matters, okay? Kathy, I hope that helps. One last design element. For those of you that have multiple genres and I can't convince you to turn them all off and focus on one, yes, we've got this cool new menu so that you can have links out now to multiple pages or sub pages. On mobile, we've got this cool slide out menu with the button is still there, and links to whatever pages or sites or blog or whatever you want to link to can be up there. I love it. Kathy says, I want the words. You are in the right place. Okay, I'm super excited. Kathy, give me a thumbs up that you've got the link. You know how to take the next step and jump on board. Let me see if there's anybody else to celebrate. Smiles, Emily, I'm so excited for you to be here. Rebecca, Joseph, Michael. Guys, I'm so excited for tomorrow. It's going to be a blast. Okay, I've went pretty long. I think we're good. I'm going to send out the replay. If anybody joined late or you've got more questions, awesome. Kathy's got it. You guys have an awesome rest of your night. Send an email to support@stickyalbums.com if you've got any other questions. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Cheers.